Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Corshorner Fisher from Ken McCord.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13.
This is Dad from Devil Driving.
This is Motorist from War. You're listening to Rabid Noise
on Rabid Radio.
Turn it up.
Welcome back to Rabid Noise. That was Crying Wolves from Grave Pleasure's new album Dream Crash, which is out on October 2nd. And joining us on the program now is frontman Mcnerney. Great to hear you could join us, man. What's going on?
No, not much. It's morning here, so it's very nice and sunny. I think it's the hottest day this year. We're getting our summer a little bit late here in Finland, but it's very nice.
Awesome. Whereabouts are you now?
I'm in Tampere in Finland, so it's sort of in up a couple of hours from Helsinki.
Awesome. Well, man, I'll be straight up. I'm just going to say I'm a huge fan of your work, and this new album is Dream Crash is just stunning, man. I'd even go as far as to say
Excellent.
that it's probably going to be my favorite album of 2015 already. Like,
oh wow, that's an honor. Thanks very much.
Well, Climax was my favorite album of 2013 as well. So I'm geeking out a little bit. I'm sorry. Well, you must be,
oh, that's cool.
You must be pretty excited to get the new album out there and really kickstart a new chapter for the band. Hey.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a real. I mean, it's been a real milestone for us, and it's been a lot of hard work. So we're really excited to get it out there. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome, man. Well, the track I keep going back to at the moment is Crisis, and before that was New Hip Moon. I keep finding new tracks. Every time I listen to it, something else will jump out at me. Do you find that when you were recording it?
Yeah, absolutely. It would change all the time, and you know, when you start making an album, you're never really sure what the key tracks are going to be, or the better tracks, or whatever the tracks that jump out at people. And it's been really exciting with this record because people have interpreted it in different ways, and they've come up with this song is their favorite, or that song is their favorite, and it's really good. I think that we approached it from a very varied sort of standpoint, and a lot of the stuff is very varied in the way that we wrote it. So I guess that comes out in when listening to the album.
Oh, definitely, man. With the name though, was it hard being used to the new name after being known as Beast Milk for so long?
I don't know, not really. For us, it was a very simple thing to do. You know, we split up with one of the founding members of Beast Milk, and we had another record within us. We were writing another record, so we just wanted to carry on and release the record and business as usual. So it felt like the most honest thing to do is to just change the name, since we don't want to fool anyone or make it out that we're still exactly the same band, or to take any part of what he put into Beast Milk away. So but I think for us it's just a name. We were concentrating on the music, and it's a name for us that we felt sort of described the music maybe a little bit better than we had with Beast Milk. So.
Have you found that things have changed for the better within the band since you've changed the name?
Yeah, I think that it's been much better chemistry, and I think that we've definitely kind of reached a better place with the band. I think that we're more sort of, we write together, and it's much more collaborative than it used to be. So I think that it really helps actually make a new start. It's been the best thing that ever happened to the band, really.
Well, as I mentioned before, like Climax is a really important album for me, man. It's like it came at a time when personally I was looking for something new. Then it really broke through everything that I'd heard at the time. Has there been any bands that have done that for you of late?
Not for a while. I mean, for me, a kind of big revelation was Ghost. I got really into that band when they came out. I kind of lost it for a while with them, but I saw them recently and they were fantastic. And I think the new record is really good. But yeah, it happens very rarely, I think, these days. Probably due to the nature of how music works, how the music business goes. It used to be, for me, a little bit more organic. I quite like the discovery of bands in the old way. Nowadays it feels like, attention spans are very short, and bands have to do quite a lot to get people's attention. So it happens rarely that, you get into something just simply because there's really great songwriting. But there's been some really great things that really blown me away. Chelsea Wolfe, for example, was someone I caught on her first album, and I've been following her ever since. And I think she's a real enigma. But yeah, it's just I would think for me, it's rarer and rarer. But then again, I'm getting a bit older now, so it's a bit different. You're a bit harder to impress. So I imagine that for the young kids, it's a very exciting time because you've got access to all of this music that you would never have had access to before. Things like YouTube and Spotify are really opening it up, and you find young kids who basically know everything about the history of the 70s, and they have all these albums that took me years and years to discover and find out. So in one way, it's a good thing, in another way, it's a bad thing. So
I agree, man, because that's what I was saying. Like maybe because I'm 34 now, so. I listen to a lot of the same old bands. Maybe it's an age thing, or maybe Chelsea Wolfe, as you mentioned. I'm a big Chelsea Wolfe fan. Her new album is amazing. Have you heard it?
Yeah, it's absolutely excellent. I really enjoy everything she does. I like the journey of her music. King Dude is another act that I really like. I think he's very exciting and interesting.
King Dude?
Yeah, you got to check out King Dude if you haven't.
I will write that down. I'll have to check that out. I'll trust you on that one.
He said it himself. He said Beast Milk was a very stupid name, and he said, well, so is King Dude. And I was like, yeah, that's kind of true. It's maybe not the best name, but I love his music. It's great.
Oh man, I'll have to check that out. Well, we're going to go to the track You Are Now Under Our Control from Climax now, and we'll be back very soon on Rabid Noise. Hey guys, just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our podcast supporters, RW Promotion, who are the best in the business when it comes to printing posters, flyers, banners, badges, business cards, you name it. They've got what it takes to help you get everything you need to help spread the word about your band or business. And with a blistering turnaround, they'll make sure you get your product ASAP. So get in touch with Richard and the team at www.rwpromotion.com.au or shoot them an email at info@rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to give a shout out to the guys at Blacklight Art and Design, who in my opinion are the Gold Coast best screen printers. So, we've gotten many band shirts and even our own Rabid Noise shirts done through these guys, and they've also got one of the fastest turnarounds I've ever seen. So all quality prints at competitive prices. So whether it's band merchandise, sporting teams, promotional garments or workwear, they've got you covered. So hit them up at www.blacklightad.com.au or email them at info@blacklightad.com.au. So big thanks to those guys for helping us to bring you this podcast each and every week, and for, of course, supporting the metal scene. So now it's back to Rabid Noise. And we're back with Matt from Grave Pleasures. Now, I've spoken to quite a few bands over the last couple of years who have also just happened to be fans of your music as well. Like one is Millie from Creator. When I spoke to him, I asked him the question, what bands are you into? And he said, you guys, of course. It must be pretty awesome for you guys to, these bigger bands in the scene that, digging your stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's mind blowing for me. I grew up as a kid loving Creator. I had no idea that he was into the stuff. That's very impressive for me, and I don't know what to say. It's for me, those guys are legends. Kirk Hammett mentioned us on his Twitter and listened to the record. And, that's just where do you go after that? That's like a childhood dream to be respected amongst those kind of musicians. But at the same time, I mean, it doesn't change anything. You still have to get up and work on your stuff and keep going as a musician. It's in one way it's really great, in another way it's not. It's not like someone's handing me a Lamborghini and a bunch of cash. Life goes on, and it's great. It's great in one way, but it doesn't really change things. We're still a very unknown band. We still have to work really hard. We still have to go out there and tour. It doesn't immediately equate to a lot of fans. And bands come and go these days. It's not like it used to be. That it's very hard work to remain kind of just to keep afloat as a band. So you can quite easily be this month's favourite band for everyone and then disappear and people have completely forgotten you. You know, it's a lot harder to build a long-term legacy like a band like Creator. You know, had they not been around at that very important and crucial time, they might not be as legendary as as they are, because these days, as we said, it's not just the songs that are important. It's all the other stuff around it as well. You know, you've got to be, as a musician, you've got to be a t-shirt salesman and an online wizard and all of these other things. So it's less and less about just the creative side and quite a lot about all the other stuff. But yeah, going back to that, it's just like I'm blown away. That's very nice. You know, when people, I think Thomas from At the Gates came, the singer. And he came to me at Hellfest and he said, I'm a really big fan, and we watched the gig from the side of the stage and stuff. And, it's just, I was speechless. I was happy for the rest of the night, for the rest of the week, actually, on cloud number 9.
It'd be absolutely amazing, man. But as you were saying, like, about bands being, the flavour of the month sort of thing, but you guys have broken through that. As I said before, like my age and stuff, maybe it's that it takes a lot for me to really hang on to a new band, and you guys were that band for me personally, and I think a lot of other people are realizing that as well, and it's such a great thing, man. I'm so happy for you guys.
That's really nice. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. I mean, I don't think you ever fully registers. I'm not sure that when that sort of thing ever registers. But I'm a music fan myself, so I never get to a place where I'm like, okay, I never let the ego take over, because it's just never really been there. It's just much more about going and watch other bands and getting into music as well. So it's a real honor, but at the same time, it's just like these people are so great. You can never imagine being at that level. I'm not sure if you were at that level, if you'd even know it.
Yeah, well, that's it. I guess it's just their job, but to dudes like us that grew up listening to At the Gates, it's like, holy shit, it's At the Gates. So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They don't stop being those legends to you just because you met them. It's still for me a legendary band, and those people are still I still feel like they're very far and above what we've yet to achieve. So you have to just keep going, just keep concentrating on making good records and music, and don't get too starry-eyed, or get any rock star pretensions. You just got to keep on going and concentrating on doing the best you can.
That's it, man. Well, talking about like your influence and stuff, man, you're pretty diverse when it comes to what you've recorded before. You've experimented with like really extreme heavy stuff, in the past, to even like the folk stuff with Hex Vessel. Where do you sort of lean towards more? Is it like the quieter stuff or the heavier stuff, or is it just it changes for you personally when you approach different projects?
Yeah, I don't really categorize or compartmentalize anything that I do with music. Same way I don't when I listen to music. I'm just like, I'm just a free-ranging listener. I'll listen to anything. I feel like, that these days especially, that's just the case with everyone. I mean, you can meet guys that are heavily sort of image-wise and style-wise into the black metal thing, but they'll listen to everything from Lana Del Rey to, Lady Gaga and stuff like that, as well as, the very extreme stuff. I think that people are just very open-minded, actually, nowadays compared to when I was growing up. It's probably got to do with the fact that there is all this music sort of at your disposal, and so easy to reach, that people can sort of enjoy things on different levels. So that's what it's like for me. I'm just enjoying, things in different ways. I think there's many ways to achieve this sort of euphoric enlightenment feeling that you get from music. I used to get it really connected with black metal for me when I was growing up. Very extreme, the better, really. But I think that was all about where I was at that place, that time. I really needed that to kind of break through all the crap that was around me. The miserable school life and a religious upbringing, and living at home with mum and dad. It's important to listen to stuff that really can break through all that and lift you to another level. I think when you get older, you need less and less kind of sledgehammer tactics to sort of like break through the crap. You can quite easily achieve that with sticking on some Nina Simone or something in the garden, and relaxing, and you get to that place. And I think it's the same place you get to. It's probably like jazz musicians really understand it. You sort of get to the source. It's maybe just like